Okay, we're going live. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Curtis.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said the link is up here in the top, so I can send it to.
Okay, we're going live. Okay, we're live, guys. Hold on. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Curtis.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said the link is up here in the top, so I can send it to.
Okay, we're going live. One moment. Okay, we're live, guys. Hold on. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Curtis. Okay, one person is signed on so far. Un momento. Wait for a couple more people to get on, guys. Let me send this link to y'all. Sent the link to y'all. Let you guys know I don't own the rights to this music, but it's hip hop violinist. It's amazing. Ms. Archer is the one that shared this channel with me, so it's really nice music. I like it. I'm gonna let some other people know that we're live. Okay, send a couple of more people, see how many people are on. Okay, we got a couple of people here. Hey guys, how are you? Beloveds, give me a minute. I just gotta send a couple more links. Check out this music. This music is amazing. people and then we can get started. Hey guys, share this video with everyone. You're going to want to share this phenomenal, amazing information. Sharing is caring, and you can also rewatch it again because it will be saved on my channel. This is a chance to ask the questions you've always had about crypto. All right, I'm going to get started because I had a lot of people ask me to make sure that I'm sending the link. I got one more person because I can't forget her. Unknown caller. Okay. Make sure you guys share this video if you haven't seen the whole video because it works with the algorithms of YouTube. So welcome my beautiful, phenomenal people. Dawn Spirit here. Peace, peace, peace. And welcome my co-hosts, Tammy Archer and Curtis Chambers.
Hey.
Good evening, good evening.
Yes, yes, yes. So guess what, guys? This is the opportunity, the phenomenal opportunity to find out the meat and potatoes of crypto. Are you creeped out about crypto? I know I was because it's different. You know, they're trying to, I don't want to give away what I have learned because I'm kind of like still in the crib. As my sister say, I'm in kindergarten. So these are college graduates that really know about crypto. And my sister Tammy here, and my phenomenal mentor Curtis Chambers. Both of them are actually my mentors. So, you know how I am when I learn about something or I'm excited about something. I love sharing because when you share with other people, sharing is caring. But it's not all about me. Let's all make money. Let's all be prosperous. Let's all be abundant. Let's all be happy. So remember, what you focus on is what you attract. And everyone wants financial independence. Everyone wants abundance or prosperity in their life. So this is another avenue or portal to get you to that level without stressing. So remember, as I taught you guys about the 33 times 3 and how to manifest your transitions and bring prosperity into your lives, how you have to have a clear mind and a focused mind and focus on that with no negative lower vibrations or remorse when you're doing it. And that's the same thing what happens with crypto. So we're going to get started now, and who wants to go first?
Lady.
Don't be scared.
I thought you would go first.
I can definitely go first. I just wanted to see her smile. So how's everybody doing? My name is Curtis Chambers, and I am a financial coach. And so what I do is I work with individuals on personal finance, and that includes just, getting from the debt cycles, generational debt cycles, to savings. And then when you get to savings, you can progress and graduate to assets. And in the cryptocurrency space, we'll definitely talk about assets. So that's just a little bit about myself.
Okay, well, for me, my background, born and raised in the DMV area, that's Maryland, DC, and Virginia. Attended and graduated from Hampton University with a major in computer information science. So then from there, I went on and was in software development as a programmer for about 17 years and then transitioned to a project manager. And I've been doing that for approximately the last 8 years or so. And in the last 8 years also became an entrepreneur, having my own business. Let's see, for the last 6 months, so I'm fairly new to the crypto, well, the trading and investing side of the industry. So that's been about 6 months for me. And actually, I started a little bit of crypto back in 2016, 2017, started investing back then in Bitcoin. So that's just a little bit about me. And also, I'm a new GG, which is like a grandma, but more awesome. He's 8 months old, and he is just adorable. So that's a little bit about myself.
Thank you, Tammy. So I'm so glad that you guys chose to join us tonight, because you guys are in for some phenomenal information. I'm going to tell you how. Well, when I first got started, I got started with my sister Tammy. So when I first got started with her, it was like in 2017. So when she said Bitcoin, I was like, what the heck is that? So I was like, okay. So I put a little bit of money in it. It wound up plummeting and went down, but I still had some money left over from it. So I don't want to give away everything, but I'm glad I did start in 2017, because that was like the tip of the iceberg to this amazing, phenomenal experience that you guys are about to have, that I've been experiencing, and it's been uphill ever since. So go ahead, Curtis.
Well, I'm glad that you, first of all, got involved about the same time I did. You got the chance to see the cycle. Everything has patterns and everything runs in cycles. And so in 2017, you were able to see, the height of the hysteria. A lot of people were at the height of, just blind excitement and speculation. They didn't really know anything behind it. And at that point, bought it at the top, and it came down. Because
I'm sorry, Curtis. It must be my sound. Can you just speak up just a little louder for me?
Absolutely. Let me know if you can hear me any better now.
Oh yeah, that's
awesome. Better.
Perfect. And so, in 2017, folks were just getting in, almost like the gold rush of the 1840s. And so, like the 49ers, folks were coming in hoping to, make a quick million. And there was nothing behind it as far as most people's hopes were concerned. It was purely speculative. Hey, I just heard this Bitcoin thing. Let's do this. We're going to get rich. Not understanding the whole, system behind it, or what caused it. And what caused it predated us. Before we were drawing any of our own breath on our own, there were things in place. I think back to like the Freedmen's Bank. This is people do the knowledge and do the history. Things were designed to kind of knock us off and keep us underfoot. And if you look at the Freedmen's Bank, going back to the days and years of Frederick Douglass, it was some shady stuff going on. Things so much so the reverberations are still being felt to today, to where our people don't really trust institutions like banks for the most part, because of some of the stuff that was done way back when. So when we really get into what cryptocurrency can do for us, it allows us to circumvent a lot of the shady practices, because of the blockchain technology. Some of these buzzwords that throughout the course of our time together tonight, hopefully will just become conversational, so that you're not trying to remember every single vocabulary word. Just know that it's transparency. It's an opportunity for us to do our thing and galvanize ourselves, and not have to be reliant on someone saying we're credit worthiness or not, because we were getting played even when we had great credit scores. The system was stacked against us. Things like redlining, covenants where you weren't supposed to be able to sell a house to anybody that looks like us, regardless of our financial status. Those type of shady practices are things that can be yesteryear in the rear view, but because of things like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin just being the number one cryptocurrency.
Okay. All right, that's amazing. People, please post your questions in the chat, and I'll read them off to Tammy and Archer and Curtis Chambers. I'm sorry, we got so many people. We got about 11 people watching right now, but more people will be watching as we go along. I want to give a shout out to Janetta, Lala, Jennifer, Bruno, one of my phenomenal Reiki students, and Nokomis Alchemy. Thank you guys for joining. Whomever, give a shout out, post your name down below, but post your questions, because this is your chance to ask those questions, those burning questions. I know you're hearing about crypto. I know you're hearing about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Dogecoin. You're hearing about all these cryptos and trading. And this is how can I say? I if you were investing into susus, which a lot of them, the bottom fell out of it. This is not a susu. This is not an MLM. This is about you investing in yourself, in your future, in your children. This is about setting up that platform and cutting out the middleman. Okay, this is your opportunity to raise above what you were used to or what you were taught. Okay, so there's infinite blessings in trading. You just got to be smart about it and how you do it and get a mentor. And I have two mentors that I'm so blessed to be connected with them because they teach me both so much and I'm still learning. And you know, I'm always about learning. Just like spirituality has no ceiling, trading has no ceiling. Okay, trading has no ceiling. So this is your opportunity to ask your questions. Who wants to carry on this conversation? Oh, let me ask this. I'm sorry, Curtis. You already said that I wanted to ask you some questions. I apologize. You may have mentioned this, but say it again. So you guys gave your bio. What led you to get into crypto? Was it because of the banking system?
Things like that, you know, it was it's more than, because as I mentioned, it's not about that lottery mentality. A lot of times the people that we've dealt with and that look like us want to strike it rich this tonight. If it doesn't strike oil, it's kind of like, well, what are you doing for me? And it's the mindset shift that came with understanding the long play, not just for myself, but being selfless and thinking about my children. You know, I have a 15-year-old daughter just turned and a 5-year-old son. And so it's thinking about them and their legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at things like stocks and you look at the wealth gap, you realize that of those who have affluence, you know, they're in the real estate game. They're in, at least property owners, they're in the stock market, you know, and we're not. You know, we probably have about not even 1% in stocks. And so, you know, it just makes sense to start to look at those things. And those things are not to get rich quick. Yes, you can have an overnight success sometimes. Think about GameStop a couple months back, but overall it's for the long plays, to get your mind thinking, you know, to build this up little by little, treat it like, you know, almost like a 401k or something along those lines. And so, you know, yes, the banking system, there was a whole confluence of things that brought me to this space. And I saw this as an opportunity because everybody else had 200-year head start, 400-year head start. But with crypto being about a decade old, less than when I first got involved, I said, oh yeah, this is still in its infancy and it's still very new. So this is an opportunity for everyone.
Okay, and so you know, I did learn that crypto is not there's two types I understand, and I'm quite sure Tammy's going to explain that too. Types of investing, you know, but definitely if you're going to do crypto, guys, do it plan for long term. Don't just put your money in, then this month, 2 months later, that you're going to snatch your money out. You can, but I suggest that you plan to keep it in there at least 5 years, 5 to 10 years or more, and just live off the interest of which some of the equity you lived off of. However, Tammy, would you please tell us what really made you decide to get into crypto at this, you know, to make it your business?
Well, let me just go back on what got me started with crypto. So back in the mid around 2015 or so, with my business that I own, I had a transportation business, and just driving for some of the people who don't look like me, and them having conversation, and you know, them being comfortable enough to ask me questions and to give me information. They shared with me, you know, some of the business ventures that they're in. And I had one family that they were really heavy into buying this Bitcoin. So, you know, asking questions here and there, getting information, but they were buying like tens of thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin at the time. So for me, I'm just like, well, I'm out. So I didn't have that type of funding to do that.
Right.
So, but then there was a gentleman that approached me about buying Bitcoin with, you know, the money that I had to use to purchase the Bitcoin. So that's how I got started in it. So that was a great opportunity. So I didn't know much about it, so started researching it. and learning more about it. So if you don't know something, just do your research.
Yeah.
You know, what you don't know can hurt you, because there are a lot of people who did not get involved. And now they wish they had, which is still not late. It's not too late. It's still pretty early in the cryptocurrency business, but don't sleep on this.
Yeah.
At this point, it is the new currency. It will be the new currency moving forward. There are too many businesses now investing and making this a form of transactions for their businesses. So this is going nothing but up.
You got to look at the signs. You got to look at the clues. Success leaves clues. I watch it, you know. When you see certain people come to the neighborhoods and they're taking pictures or they're doing surveying or what have you, they're not even really looking at what's in front of them. They're looking at what's to be, you know, what they're going to do. And so when you look at this, you have to pay attention. There's too many times where we would say, I wish I was there at the beginning of Microsoft or whatever. AOL, Amazon,
Google,
all of those things.
AOL, Facebook,
Amazon, yes, all of them. Apple.
And what the funny thing about that is that, again, just that in and of itself, us having this discussion right there is another example, because usually it's like, to use Tammy's words, people that don't look like us, they're usually accredited investors or people who have a certain net worth and have
the inside track too.
Exactly. Right? So by the time Amazon drops as an IPO or what have you, it doesn't start off at $1 or $2 or what have you. Coinbase just came out the other day. It started off at $250. So you'd have to have $1,000 just to get 4 pieces of the company. You're not going to get rich like that, because you'd have to hope that that thing takes off to the moon just to see a great return on your investment. But with crypto, often, even Bitcoin, something that's what, $55, almost $60,000 at its peak, 64,000, started off at pennies. So this is the industry where you can get in at 8 cents, 10 cents. Look it up. Go to Coinbase or wherever you want to go to. This is not, first I should have backtracked and said, hey, nothing that I say is going to be financial advice or what have you. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm definitely not your advisor. I'm just a financial coach speaking on here to share information, as Tammy is as well. But what I'm saying is you can go to places like Coinbase because you don't have to have an account to just check on prices of things. You can go to tradingview.com as another one to check prices of things. So when I name these places, I'm just telling you the free account will allow you to do the research and see a Dogecoin started off at less than a penny. I'm not proponent for any of these coins. I'm just throwing things out there. Ethereum, all these things started off at less than $1. So that way, if you did have a stimulus check and you only put, $500 on Bitcoin, a year or so ago, guess where you'd be right now? That $1,200 last year in April 15th is now worth $9,700. If I would have told you, hey, let me hold that $1,000 and I'm gonna bring back, 9,000, a lot of people would sign up for it if they knew that I was telling the truth, if they trusted me. But a lot of times we're not thinking that forward or what have you. And I'm not telling anyone to do what to do with their stimulus, because you might have needed it for something, but just know that you could have even put $100 down and look what the return could be. That's what cryptocurrency.
$5 and $10 here and there all the time.
Absolutely. Right. That's called dollar cost averaging. See, you're a genius. I was going to say you don't even know it, but you do know it. Dollar cost averaging is where you just, a little bit here and there. So I'm not worried about the cost of the asset today. Why? Because I bought $5 of it when it was $5. Okay, I got one, but tomorrow might have dropped down to only $2. So my $5 got me a couple of it, 2.5. So over time, you're going to have an average price. You're just worried about putting in the $5 every week or month or whatever your interval is that you're comfortable with. Right. Your disposable income. That's why personal finance is important, because if I can get you to stop spending frivolously in terms of losing money with your credit cards and getting raked over the coals with bad interest rates because your credit stinks, now that extra money that you're able to save, you can put into something like this. And I'm speaking from experience. And we're going to get into exactly what we can do with that soon.
Let me ask a question, because one of the people that are watching, one of the participants, Nicomas, I'm sorry, I apologize if I misspelled your name, beloved. Nicomas Alchemy. What if you're absolutely new and it is really expensive to start?
Damn, you want me to jump in? I've been talking. I'm chomping at the bit, so I gotta fall back. So read the question again, and I want Tammy.
Okay, so Alchemy said, what if What if you're absolutely new? Is it really expensive to start?
Okay, I'm gonna set Tammy up on a T for this. It's not expensive to start. It's expensive not to start. That's what it is. But go ahead, Tammy.
Right.
Okay.
Well, let me just speak on my behalf on how I got started. I got started with an educational platform that you pay a tuition, a startup cost, and then a monthly tuition to get started. So they teach you everything from basically how to spell Forex on all the way up to being your own 6, 7 figure trader. So I didn't know what a stop loss was, what a TP, take profit, was from day one. So in this last 6 months, I've educated myself through the educational platform to earning. I don't trade. My trading accounts aren't very large at this point, but having $200 days before I even start work.
Wow.
So to me, the risk, it was a risk that I was willing to take, because if you don't take a risk, you'll never, move forward. So I took that risk, and for me, it's paying off, because I'm able to make, my salary in one day or a couple of days before I even start work. So.
And I want to
my sister's scared. She's scared of everything. So, child, for her to get involved in this like this, like she definitely did her homework.
Absolutely.
That's why she's one of my mentors.
She's my mentor too.
Tasha Graves said that.
Oh, no way. I'm sorry.
Gecko, Danielle Blackwell said CoinGecko, you can view coin prices as well.
Absolutely.
I know about Coinbase.
Yeah, there are plenty.
I'm in Dodge. I'm in Coinbase, and I'm in Robinhood. I know my grandson told my son about Dogecoin, and I made like a 200+ profit off of Dogecoin. Only investing like $20 or $40.
Nice. CoinGecko is awesome. I want to thank the sister for bringing that up, because CoinGecko,
thank you, Danielle,
is great for the super, like the non-popular coins. It has almost like every single coin out there, and it'll tell you where to find it. It'll give you other particulars about it, because you want to know, what's the circulating supply and all these things.
Thank you.
So I know Curtis is very knowledgeable too, as far as other brokers that you can use. So I know Voyager. So if you can just throw out there, Curtis, some of those other brokers that you can use that have like some benefits.
And I'm going to put this information, excuse me guys, I'm going to put this information in the description of this video. So when you watch it, when it's over, give me a few hours and I'll go back in and I'll put the descriptions of the links and all the apps that they suggest that you should use. And if you want to contact them personally and do a one-on-one with them, I'll have their information, their contact information in the description as well. Go ahead, Curtis.
Yeah, this is, the reason why I said, before Tammy spoke that it's more costly not to do something, being a little tongue-in-cheek, a little facetious, is because I want everybody out there in the community family to envision an ice cube that's sitting on your desk right now or wherever you're at. It's cool for a moment, but eventually it's going to melt, and that's our dollars. It's a little difficult sometimes to wrap our mind around it, because if you leave your $100 in the bank and come back 5 months from now, it's still going to be there. I'm not talking about
$100.02 maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even want to disparage the banks. I'm not not even here for that.
I'm not disparaging the bank either, but I'm just telling you.
I'll talk about that as well coming up, because I got a whole lot I can unleash. But the main thing is, it's not even just the fact that the interest is paltry. I'm just talking about that principal amount, that in and of itself. You think it's $100 still because it says $100 there. But what can you do with that $100, right? So it's starting to, just like your bread is sitting up there. Okay, if I come back a week, 2 weeks, 2 months from now, it's still bread, but I don't think you really want to eat it because it's not in the same form. It doesn't do the same thing for you, which is nourish you the way you want to be nourished. Right. Well, that $100 is withering the same way. It's just that it's not as visible, right? Because what you could buy with $100 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, the people that are listening to the sounds of our voices know what it was like to go get a Chico stick and then get the oatmeal cookie and then get the teeny juice and get a pickle.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, not you, because you're only 18. Everybody else, they got change from that dollar bill. I know y'all, heads and some of y'all laughing because you got change back from your dollar bill. Now you go to CVS, you have to bring 2 of his cousins just to get you some gum. You're not getting change back from no Twix on a dollar bill. That's what I'm saying. So there's still the same rectangle, still the same president's face on it. Well, how come it's not bringing back what it was before? Because the power, the monetary energy is weakened. That's why that melting ice cube is the visual that I like to give. So you need an asset.
It's all energy.
You need something to maintain that energy. For hundreds of years, it was gold. That was always been the literal gold standard, some sort of asset, fine painting, real estate. You needed something because the house represents the hold of that monetary energy to say, with this house, I can buy 5 cars and 2 goats and sheep. Well, if I sell this house, I can still get 5 cars, no matter what the price of that car is, because houses appreciate. I know I could still get that amount of cars or what have you. But with that dollar, that's not the same, because you can't use that same $800 and get you a new car like you could in 1966 or what have you. They're brand new cars for $1,000. So this is what I mean when I'm talking about that monetary energy. This conversation is much deeper than us putting some money in Dogecoin and we made $400 this week. That's cool. I get excited when I'll be looking at my thing almost all day, every day. You see, I'll be sending you guys texts, so
right.
The daily.
Yeah, you be texting us, honey.
But
I was like, why didn't you tell me about this before now?
Right.
Because I get excited because I'm actually
sending receipts.
I'm so happy I'm happy at the mindset shift. I want someone to celebrate with me, because when we took a hit the other day, what other people would think of as a hit, it was a buying opportunity. Instead of selling, getting nervous,
on sale.
I got so excited that I bought more, that I did the right.
It was on sale.
Oh, it was on sale, and now look at it. Everything's up. So all those things
everything started going down. I was just like, okay, here's another $20. Here's $100.
Here's an opportunity to buy.
And the fact that I had the money to do so.
Right.
This is the thing about it. Not only in the past would I not have had the money, I wouldn't have had the mindset. I would have been like, no, why are you buying more of a ship that's going down? But that's the exact opposite. The poor folks
are scared and running and selling off when no.
Okay, then, because it goes back to 2017 with the lesson that I learned. You don't buy at the height when it was 18,000, 19,000. Everyone was fools rush in. So we was rushing in at the height. Then the people who had it early said, you know what, good time to take my profits. And they started selling, and it tanked. But now institutional investors are getting involved. Teslas of the world, Grayscale, all these organizations and institutions are buying. That's a clue, because they've done their homework. You could, if they're putting $1 billion in, Tesla sold a little bit yesterday at a profit, because they bought it in at 39 and 40,000, and they sold, this first quarter at a huge profit, and they still got $1 billion worth. So just be mindful of all the institutional buyers that weren't in 2017. Now companies are getting in because they need to protect their monetary energy as well. Just remember that term, monetary energy.
Yeah, so when I bought, because like I was kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, but my sister, when she started me off, she was like, just add on to your Bitcoin. And then she's like, get Ethereum. I'm glad I invested into Ethereum. Then she told me, I bought both Ethereums. I bought the classic and the regular Ethereum. I knew Bitcoin was at 50,000, but I still wanted a piece of the pie. So I just put in $100 whenever I could, or $20 whenever I could. And then I invested into, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I did and what worked for me. I bought some NKN. My grandson told my son to tell me to buy Dogecoin. I bought sushi because I like sushi, but that's not why you buy it. I'm just telling you. That's what Spirit told me to do. So
Ripple, XRP.
Ripple. What other ones, Queen?
I have a few others.
Because Natasha
Compound, Maker.
Graves said, how do you determine which coin to invest in, and where, and are the many, I'm sorry, let me read this again. How do you determine which coin to invest and where they are many to choose, and how will you know which one will be profitable?
I would suggest first, I know Curtis will give you some more information. If you go into like Coinbase or any of the other apps, they do give you like white sheets on these coins or chain. What is it called? Block exchange. So they outline what type of service the coin provides.
Right.
And you just do your research and figure out, and then there'll be like news articles that come out, like some coin, like some company now invested in them.
Mm-hmm.
So then that stock is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so just go and do your research into any of the apps, or just Google the coin
Information, yeah.
or the cryptocurrency, and you'll get a lot of information on them that way. Curtis?
Absolutely. So what I was doing, someone was trying to join us. I wanted to give them the link. So I use Coinbase to look at the white paper. That's one thing. We do some analysis. I also look at it when I do see it. I want to, maybe I'll watch a YouTube video to see what it's supposed to do. Like, what is its purpose, right?
Uh-huh.
And so some of them are just for jokes or what have you. And not that jokes can't make money. The Pet Rock made big money and all this other stuff, and Giga Pets and all these things. So Beanie Baby. So there's a space for that, but that's if you're just trying to make money just whim. I like to see stuff that I can get behind and say, this is
functional.
Exactly. So I need it to be functional. So Ethereum, I already realized that Facebook, a few years ago, used to play a lot of games on Facebook. People's now, have been playing games on their own apps, but there was a time when you played things like Zynga or whatever these other games were,
Candy Crush.
Yes, exactly. It was a layer on top of Facebook. So Facebook was almost like, the building or the warehouse that you were in, and then you could go to different parts of the carnival inside of that Facebook warehouse. So Facebook was like, oh, good, just come to us and we'll give you all the entertainment. Ethereum is like that, right? That's just one coin. And I said, oh, wow, okay. So you guys are this overarching thing here, this umbrella. And underneath that, or on top of that layer, there's a lot of other companies that operate using the Ethereum as their gas or their oil or their whatever, the impetus. So when you have to use Ether, which is the coin of Ethereum or what have you, it's like, oh, if I have Ethereum, every time some of these other things start to go down, I'm gonna get paid almost as a stakeholder or what have you. I like that. And I just did my work on it, my research. I don't play around with this. I really subscribe to certain people online, some of them that look like us, which is great. And we can share some of those in the chat later as well. But once I saw the functionality of certain things and the wave, so when you start doing fundamental analysis, which is looking at what's going on outside your window, and you can start doing technical analysis, which is looking at the charts of, Trading View and things like that to say, oh, history may not repeat itself, but it doggone sure rhymes, which means it'll come close. So I saw the cycle of 2017 and then the cold winter of 2018 and 19-ish. And now we're in this huge bull cycle. So I'm like, I'm looking over there and seeing what was happening before, and it is repeating, but to a higher degree. So even though we're at 50,000, all the same things that got us to 18, 25 were all the things that were happening over there in the 2017 season, but it was just to a smaller degree. So when Tammy talks about joining, those learning platforms, I'm a proponent of that, at least to get yourself knowledgeable. If you stay in forever,
yes,
to you, but you should at least start to know. Unless you got some mentor that's going to hold your hand, you don't want to go blindly into this because you will lose your money.
No.
But you have a mentorship. It's phenomenal. It's fantastic when you get with the right person that can do that. Shout outs to people that taught me, people like Lamar, man. Lamar Shai is a great brother, that took me under his wing, and now I still can hit him up or what have you. There are folks out there that really care about you learning the skill, because once you learn this thing, you can make money whether the market is going up or down.
Absolutely. Any time of the day or night.
Exactly. 24 hours a day. This is powerful.
5 days a week.
Powerful.
7.
Let me ask you guys something real quick. Somebody asked about Rocket Moon. You know anything about Rocket Moon?
I don't. You're talking about like a particular coin?
They said check out Rocket Moon is about to go to the moon. So I don't know if somebody's being silly. But anyway, let's continue on. If you can be more detailed, we're just speaking about Rocket Moon.
Don, I want to say something. I'm glad that the person brought up Rocket Moon. That's a great segue into this piece right here. You're not going to be able to get everything. You don't want to chase 19 of them. This is a bull market. If you look right now at, whether you go to CoinGecko like the sister advised, or Coinbase, as Tammy talked about, or TradingView, like I talked about, wherever you go, just look up the history over the year, right? Because
Yes.
you can look over the last hour, day, usually week, month, or what have you. If you go back over the last year, I challenge anybody on the sound of my voice to find a coin that went down. Most of them have gone way up 1,000%, 9,000%. When you think Bitcoin is the big kahuna, it's only up 700%. And I say only being silly, but things are up. So it's almost like you can blindly pick one and it's going to be up.
Right.
So the thing is, I don't want to just be up on 11 coins, you know, for $15. I found my sweet spot. I like to have at least 4 to 7 and really build up. I want to own 1,000 coins of this or 100,000 coins of that if it's really cheap. You know, I don't want just 4 of them and say I made $11, because this bull market we've never seen before. So you better come out of this, you know, changing your life, have paid off some debt, or be 6 figures or 7 or greater, or what have you. So you want to be able to say, okay, Rocket might be for him, but I already got 5 or 6 that I like. I got room for maybe 1 or 2 more, but I want to have like $1,000 in this one, or 500 in this one, or more. I don't want to just have $10 in 55 different coins and go wide. I want to go deep. So that's just my thing.
I want to ask you a question before I forget. So, I want you to tell them about Jay-Z, what he did with Bitcoin. I did learn, though, in doing my research outside of you guys, is that they're saying the best thing you want to invest into is Bitcoin, crypto, marijuana stocks, and what did it say? Was it energy? Water. Invest into water, crypto, and marijuana. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that some people are selling their property to invest into those avenues. I don't know how true it is. Do your homework, do your research. So, who wants to talk about what Jay-Z did recently?
I'll let Tammy go if she has any information on that, because I have something I want to share right after.
No, I'll have you to explain that one, because that was your story.
No, it wasn't. The Hun told me about it. But anyway.
Okay, well, I'll tell the story.
I got
No, it wasn't mine.
All right, so Jay-Z and the CEO of Square Up bought 500 Bitcoins. What was it? What did they pay? Like 236 mil?
They paid a lot of money. They wanted to have they basically wanted to say, here, we're not going to touch this in terms of like our money. Now you have to do things our way. No, this is for you to do, you know, to have some money generating so that you have something sustainable. Because like I said, you wanted to have that monetary energy to be captured and sustained. You don't want it to fall by the wayside, because why didn't they just give them the money? Like you just said, 230 million or whatever the number ends up being. Forgive us if we don't have the information here, because that's not what's important. I want the principle behind it. You know, he could have just given $200 million, him and whoever else. Jay-Z is the face because he's the one.
Because it's the future.
Right. Okay, then. But there's a reason why. There's a reason why. I'm telling you, there's clues to this. And that's why I said I wanted to speak about this next piece, because the main thing, you know, Bitcoin is one of the big ones, Ethereum, you know, some of these ones, these brokers out here that are respecting it. There's ways for us to really get in this game and really take off and go to the next level. What do I mean by that? You know, if I have a decent credit score, I can get some money in a personal loan. That's cool. But when you have crypto and you can leverage that, there's so many different things that you can do with that. You can get yourself a crypto-backed loan, right? So I don't even have to have my personal credit score impacted, because they're not looking at my credit. They're looking at my collateral. So because I've established myself to the point where I have a great crypto holding or what have you, I can go put my hands on some money tomorrow, tonight even, because they usually do it right away at great interest rates. I'm talking about 1%. Look at it. Look at websites like Celsius, like Degrees of Celsius. So Celsius is one of the websites that you can go to. Again, I don't have an account with them yet, so no endorsement. But
I definitely want you guys to speak on the apps that you invest in.
Oh, definitely will. But I want folks to see that, you know, I can get me a loan for 1%. You know, and it's not affecting my score. I can also get into options. You know, options trading is, you know, basically saying, hey, if someone wants to offer to pay me today a premium, they will say, you know what, Don, I'll give you 1,500 right now, just for the right to come back and buy your Bitcoin off you at today's prices. They're taking a gamble because they're hoping that Bitcoin goes up to, let's say, 70,000 by the end of May. If Bitcoin goes to 70,000 by the end of May, then they have a ticket in their hand that allows them to come back and buy it from you at 55,000. So you're getting paid $1,500 today. If May 1st comes and Bitcoin does not go up to that certain number or what have you, then you just got that money. It's yours, and you still have the Bitcoin. So again, this is something that people may not remember, but just know that's another way to leverage your money to make extra money, because that premium is yours right now. I would only sign up for something that I'm willing to sell it for. So if in that scenario, that was me, if someone offered me 1,500, it's okay, because I'm willing to sell that Bitcoin at that number. I would only put up as much as I'm willing to sell. I don't care if it goes to $1 million. I could use that money today. Who knows what I need that money for? I could be using it for something that's very near and dear to me. So that's the thing about it. And then the best part is, if May 1st comes and Bitcoin doesn't reach that exact number that you agreed to, then guess what? That person cannot come back to you, and you got that money anyway. But again, these are things that we're not even, options have been around forever. This is just with crypto. So didn't
someone say that they were thinking that crypto might go to over $100,000 within the next year or by the end of this year?
A lot of people think it's going to go to six figures. I happen to be one of them, but a lot of people see it as going well beyond six figures by the end of this year.
Wow.
So this is that's why I say I don't even need to sell my Bitcoin. I just leverage it. That's one way. Another way you leverage it is you can stake it. You can put it up almost like a CD. We used to put money in a CD and get money if we left that CD for like a year or two. It's similar. Look at, she's smiling because she knows. I'm telling you, there's so much thing. Just this crypto bank accounts. We were joking about that $100 bill. How much did you say you was gonna get on that 100, Tammy? 2 cents?
2 cents maybe.
I get 6 cents.
Maybe.
I get 6% daily on my crypto.
And that's what I was gonna have you to speak about. Some of the other apps that pay you to keep your crypto with them. Some of those
apps are BlockFi, Voyager, Crypto.com, Celsius. These are places where you're leaving your money with them, just like you would leave your money with Santander Bank, Bank of America, and instead of getting 2 pennies, to Tammy's point, you're getting 6% compounded, which means if I put that $100 in, it's 106 at the end of the month. And then next month, it's going to be times that 6% is going to go into the 106, not the original 100. So your money's compounding. These are things that.
And how many times have you gotten back any dollars from your bank?
Never. I made more. I've only had my money in the crypto bank since September. And I don't even want to say it because Uncle Sam could be listening, but I have more interest in that 9 months or 6 months, whatever it is, since last September than I've ever had. 43 years old, than I've ever had in any bank account. Get any interest in the last 7 months or so.
And I just want to say this. There was a football player, one that looked like us, that elected to have half of his income, half of his salary paid in cash and the other half in Bitcoin.
Wow.
And he did that.
And I'm so glad it's a brother. I mean.
Russell Okung.
Okay.
Okung, he did that. He plays for the Baltimore Ravens. And he did that in December before Bitcoin went from like 18, 19.
So he, I think, has to be the highest paid player.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the league now.
Because he's smart.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the one thing that I love about crypto. Anybody can invest, no matter whether you look like me or you look like somebody else, or whoever you look like. Crypto is not prejudiced. So
it is not.
You guys invest. You have to invest. Invest in yourself. If it ain't but $10, $5, sometimes I've invested only $5. Invest in yourself. I think about the stuff that I spent money on. Like I bought $700 dresses, $1,000 pair of shoes, or going out to dinner, $200, and got nothing back and had a horrible meal, or still don't have that item that I purchased. It wasn't a good investment. So start investing in yourselves, guys. Pay yourself first. As soon as you get your paycheck, put in $10, $20, $50, $100 before you do anything else. Pay yourself first and then pay your bills. It always works its way out.
And I would say this too. Sacrifice now for later. You know, plan for your future, plan for your children's future, your children's children's future.
Right.
Do this now. Sacrifice your Starbucks for 7-Eleven coffee.
Yeah.
Use
Or
that money.
your own K-cups and brew your coffee at home.
Yeah, drink coffee at home. Buy Dunkin' Donuts at the store. Bring it home and fix it.
Yeah.
Sacrifice just a little bit of sacrifice now will
Yes.
pay you much greater later.
Right.
Mindset shift. It has to start with that. That's why I can't just say, you know, even if I was a financial advisor, whether it was Safe Moon or Safe Coin or whatever the one the brother was talking about,
Rocket Moon.
or Rocket Moon, sorry, and
I think I heard of Rocket Moon, to be honest with you.
I actually like Safe Moon. That's what happened. I was looking at that the other day. I'm like, I like almost anything that's less than a penny, because I'm sorry, because for your money to blow, you can get rich off something just becoming 5 cents. You can become wealthy if it becomes a dime. That's mind blowing to me, because some of these things start off at 0.0002. You know what I'm saying? Which means they didn't have to go 50 just to get to a penny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you put your little $20 or $50 and you see, oh, I got 80,000 coins, that feels great. Because let you have $15 or $11.
Yes, like Bitcoin. Yes. Hey guys, can you guys share your contact information, your website, and everything for people that may want to contact you personally?
Jamie.
Yes, Jeanette. That's awesome.
Let's see. Give me one moment.
Jeanette
I thought I sent that to you, though.
Invests in herself all the time first. She pays herself first. That's good. That's awesome.
Tim, you showing your website, or you gonna give your contact information first?
Jennifer said this is very interesting. So go ahead. Guys.
So my Instagram, I'm just SWT_T on Instagram. On Facebook, I am Tammy Sweet T, another T at the end, Archer. Okay, that's all. I don't have a website at this point, Amina.
Okay, so they can contact you on IG.
I got Instagram.
IG at SWT_T, and Facebook at Tammy, that's TAMMI, Sweet T with another T at the end, Archer, ARCHER.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Curtis?
Mine's is CLC Consulting 13. CLC CONSULTING 13. CLC Consulting 13. And that's my website as well, clcconsulting.org. So we can definitely get together, talk about some things, do some coaching.
I think your voice is lowering again. I don't know.
Yep.
It must be.
I don't know what's happening, but my apologies. CLC Consulting 13. CLC CONSULTING 13. CLC Consulting 13. That's on Insta. And then the website's the same thing, clcconsulting.org.
Awesome. Thank you. Somebody said, Lala asked about what things start at 0.2.
Which coins?
Yes, which ones
Oh,
are?
you have to go out there and see
There's
now.
tons. You have to go on like CoinGecko.
Right.
I'm not sure if they line it up like that. When you go to like Coinbase, Voyager, Crypto.com. So Crypto.com, Voyager, those are the ones that you can line it up. You can filter it by lowest to highest, things of that nature. So, but
Yeah, so they're constantly changing, so you don't know.
Yeah.
And new ones are.
hit Tammy up. She'll sit down with you.
So let me ask you.
It's that Curtis.
So if it was like, okay, like somebody's, I'm gonna present this question again. I'm brand new. Hey, Dawn Spirit told me that you guys are mentors, and I'm interested in getting into the program on trying to invest. I want to invest in myself. I suggest, what do you suggest I shall do? What should I do? What would be the first thing that you would tell them to do?
Curtis?
First thing I would do, if you're trying to get into the crypto space,
Yes.
really and truly, I love YouTube. Not to say that that's the end all be all, but it's just a great place to start to find out what questions I even want. I want to know, what is blockchain? Why does it matter? So I love going to YouTube for that. So nobody's pressuring me to buy anything of that nature. I can stop it, rewind it, play it again. But I also love my Voyager app because they send me blog, the things that I send you guys, the articles. When you're part of Coinbase has those. I mean, Cash App. We haven't talked about Cash App tonight, which is the easiest way to get into like Bitcoin for me. Cash App has articles. Once you're on the Bitcoin side, they'll send you little articles or what have you. So the apps like that, Voyager Crypto, they have great articles that you can read to get in the space. Start following people that talk this talk. So, and then of course, I would say, a great way to do it is to join a learning academy. Treat it like you do school, because folks are going to school for 4 years and happily paying $20,000 to $100,000 for what? I'm not even going to say.
And not making any money.
Exactly.
At the same time. So.
Yeah, I'm just playing around and I'm profiting. Listen. I'm just playing around. Matter of fact, well, let me not tell my business, but I'm just playing around and I haven't got serious yet. When I get back from where I gotta go, I'm going to get really, really serious on this, and I probably will do less videos. But when I do come on, it will be mindful and phenomenal information. I do want you guys to come back again and tell us about trading, Forex trading, because everyone's talking about this Forex trading, and everybody, because it's trigonometry to them, they're scared just like they are about crypto.
No,
yeah, like we've been told.
Exactly.
It's not hard. It's just new.
It is new. It is, and for the fellas out there, not the fellas, people that play video games, you guys can master John Madden and Fortnite and Roblox. If you can do all those things, you can master this. I promise you, you can do that.
And
so
have fun.
There's no make it fun. There's no excuse. I got cards, when before COVID, we would sit and there's like little trivia cards or what have you. So you can start to learn these things and make it a fun night like that. Instead of spades or what have you, use that because you'll start to learn. And what you're talking about, I'm glad you're going to invite us back, because we've been talking about a holding portfolio, things that I actually own, this is mine or what have you, even though it's digital, because of the keys, that's mine, and I'm holding it for the long term. Trading is just saying, hey, I'm just flipping this, like flipping a house or betting on the game or what have you.
Young. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's a different
Somebody
game.
my age is trying to play catch up where I didn't have the opportunity or have the age where you guys are at. I'm still really excited about this opportunity because I'll be able to leave something back for my children and our children and grandchildren.
Oh, don't say that, because somebody was just hitting me up. Y'all both got some admirers on here, so when we talking about grandchildren, they think y'all 20-something.
I know I'm a grandma, 37. Yes.
Don't nobody spot them, so I ain't gonna show y'all the phone.
My oldest daughter turns 38.
Yep.
Your son? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Don turns 38. I can't believe it. But
John?
Yes, I was old enough to have her.
They up here blowing me up, talking about who's Dawn, what's up with Tammy. I'm like, yo, listen. I was like, leave me alone. I'm on an interview, right? Leave me alone.
Oh my goodness. So I'm so glad you guys took out this time in your busy schedules, because I know you guys could be trading right now. And I appreciate you taking out the time to educate the community, because education is golden. And as we all know, that we're also afraid to share with other people because we're afraid, not me, but we've been taught to that crap in a barrel syndrome and being afraid or don't want to share information that can not just benefit them, but it can benefit us all and help fix this economy. Like this pandemic has been the best for me in a long time. This pandemic,
for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
A lot of people.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Stop watching the news.
There are so many people that are coming out of this pandemic on top.
Yes.
Game changer. Listen, Dawn, I want to leave this with you. I have about 6 here on my app, and I'm up 14, 90, 32, almost 1%, 23, and down 0.5%. So out of all of those, I'm up, and my 401k couldn't even come close to that. If I had a 5% return, I'd be jumping up and down on my 401k. I usually get anywhere between and 6%. And no matter what, the people are getting their fees, whether you have a 403b or 401k. I want y'all to realize that the managers of your 401k and 403b, they're getting their fees, whether you made money or not. So you're going to be losing money if you lose them twice. And if you win and you ain't winning as much, and what I will do with this at the end of the bull cycle, which means when I think that it's slowing down, you take the money out of here and put it into one of these other accounts online that are paying you 8 to 10% every day. Folks you'll soon see. You're gonna have to call Tammy up. You better see why her name is Sweet Tea. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want to say this real quick. You welcome Sunny. Oh, Sunny Sun. What's it? Sunny Sun said, check out Mellow Token. Lala said, thank you for the information. Jennifer, my Reiki student, my Reiki practitioner, said, thank you all for all the information. Looking forward to the next time. So people are really interested in this. And a lot more people are going to see this video
later on.
Is there anything else that you want to leave everyone with before we sign off? And then I'm gonna look at the schedule, look at my calendar, and look at your calendars, and see when we can come back. Because I definitely want you guys to share with them about Forex, because so many people are trying to get people to join. I want to say this: if you guys are going to join someone, I'm willing to put my bottom dollar on these 2 people, because I read energy. I'm an energy reader. I don't deal with mess, and if I don't feel right about it, I don't get involved with it. So I'm telling you, check them out, check out their information. But even if you don't go with them, go with someone. Invest into yourself. This is the time. Don't sleep on this. You know, and one group I was encouraged to join, and I'm so glad I didn't join that group. I'm so glad, because there's a lot of selfish people out there, you got to understand. And they're all about numbers and not treating you on a personal level. Absolutely. And actually, one of them weren't even really teaching you stocks. They were selling memberships. Don't get into a group that's just selling membership. Their reason to join their academy or their university is to get knowledge. How you can profit, not how you can bring in 2 people and bring in 2 more people, or bring in 2. That sounds like a susu to me.
Susu, the fake susu, lowercase.
It's illegal. Now there's some susus that are not illegal, so don't get me wrong, because there's some susus that people use that actually are good as family members do together amongst themselves. So don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about strangers, and someone telling you, here, invest 500 and you're going to get back 20,000. You can invest that same 500 into Bitcoin, or spread it out over these cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, NKN, Dogecoin, any one of them, and you're going to profit some kind of way. You're not going to just sit there and watch it when you're going to get into the water.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Ethereum.
Sound like a box of Lucky Charms: the sun, the moon, the stars. I was like, what is this? Dawn?
You're gonna be in the water. You're gonna be in the earth. Or you can get the fires. You gotta bring in your fires so you can get.
Oh man, you can't do that, because at some point there's gonna be 2 people that don't get anybody, and now they SOL.
And the bottom falls out.
And that's it. And that's your name.
That's not what's fake. That's so with crypto, because young people getting involved in it.
Yep.
I'm hearing young people that were Uber drivers are making bank.
There's
just
gonna be
off of the trading.
There's gonna be people out there.
Yeah, look, we have to do another episode here.
Yeah, no, this time went
so we
fast.
can get into that.
This time went too fast. Next time I'm gonna have some like visuals and show you.
Yes.
Leverage the thing, because I done turned, $5,000-$10,000 into a great number that I won't divulge on here, but I'll tell y'all offline, because it's getting.
Let me look at my calendar real quick, guys, and I'm gonna do.
We don't have to do it now, though.
No, we gotta do it now.
I want to give the people idea that we're gonna come back soon, so it'll be probably the second week of May or so.
Next 2 to 3 weeks. Let's say about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks, we're going to have a phenomenal, amazing show. This show is just a tidbit. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You guys are about to learn some serious stuff. And you know how I am about spirituality and investing in yourself and so forth. So I thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you.
Well, listen, let me say this. In the meantime, find one of those apps. If you don't have but $10, $20, buy Ethereum. Bitcoin now is on sale. Get you something.
Hit us up, because we have like coupon codes that'll get you $20 to $25 of free crypto. Some of these apps, because of our relationships with them or what have you, we can get you.
Tell them your links, guys, if you can, real quick, and I'll post it in a video later. Tell them your links.
No, it's like a long string
We'll
of whatever.
post, yeah, we'll
I
post
gave
it.
my social media. All right, so if they hit us up on social, we'll
I have
definitely
brain
do that.
freeze. You're right.
Just get off zero. That's my main thing. I tell y'all, do something. Get
Do
off.
something.
Mhm.
Do something.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. And guys, I want to send everybody Reiki energy for this full moon energy, even though the full moon was yesterday, but it's still, the energy still going on until the next couple of days. So put your wallets in the windowsill, your resumes, your crypto coin apps in the windowsill, the money you want to invest into, your goals list, put crypto on that list too. I'm sending you love, happiness, peace, and phenomenal abundance. I love you guys so much. Peace out, Dawn Spirit here. Ciao.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Peace.
I'm going to cut off for everybody.